Hi, my name's Paul Ribbons and I'm not your traditional property investor. I've got a very unique way of making money from property and I'm going to share that with you on this little video today. But before we get involved in that, let me tell you a little bit about me and how you can find out some more if you wish to. Now, I'm the author of a book called Hustle Your Way to Property Success, which you can buy from my website www.paulribbons.com and go to the book section. Scroll down and you can buy a copy of that book today. Now, this is a very straightforward book. It's got all my sort of top tips and my take on property generally. But if you're not into books, then you might want to have a look at my new property manifesto, because this gives you an indication of where I see the property market, the myths around property, and also the big threats that are out there to most property investors. They can't see it because we do know interest rates are going to rise, don't we? I mean, unless you're fooling yourself, you know the interest rates will rise. So you can download that from www.paulribbons.com. And so it's not for the faint-hearted. Have a look. That's complimentary, by the way, the new property manifesto. It's complimentary. Get your download copied and see what you think. Anyway, I'm going to be talking today about flipping property. But before we get to flipping property, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in property for 27 years. This video has been recorded in January 2013. I was 10 years as an estate agent, which did give me a lot of insight into how to buy properties from the open market. 80% of my properties have been bought from estate agents, and I've done over 535 deals, what you would class as below market value, apart from the 2% which weren't profitable, but 98% of them been profitable deals. So that's why I've bought something and I've sold it for more money. Now, I've got a very unique way of doing this, and I did stumble across this by pure accident. And it was back in 1996, the back end of 1996, I purchased a property called 10 Ramsey Road, Forest Gate, London E7, with my current business partner. He said to me, come and be my business partner, you do all the work, I'll put the money up. And I found this house and I thought, great, we were property developers at the time. And he said, you know, you've got everything at your disposal, the building team, everything. So I got offered this house and it was a wreck. It was a real wreck, as you would normally buy if you was buying properties to do up. So the quote came in. Now, bearing in mind, we bought this for 40,000 and it was worth about 85 done up. I thought it would cost us about £25,000, which was double the average refurb at the time. That's how bad this house was. But the quote came in at 60 grand. Now, I want you to think about this because I'm good at maths, right? What's 40 and 60? It's 100. Plus 5 grand's worth of cost is 105. It's only worth £85,000 done up. So before we go anywhere, we were potentially going to make a loss of £20,000. Now, that's not good business. And I would recommend that anyone out there doesn't buy a house prior to getting a building quote, because that's what I did. I exchanged contracts on this house without having the quote, and the quote came in at 60 grand. So I've got a problem on my hands. What do? Sugar. You know, I've got this house, it's knackered, and it's going to cost us 60 grand to do up. So my business partner at the time Richard said, look, just dump it, we'll get rid of it. So that's what we did. We literally threw it in the auction. But here's the thing, right? And this is where I'm no bright spark. I'm just an ordinary guy. And what happened galvanized and changed my life forever. Because we decided to put this in auction at £30,000. Now, bearing in mind, we paid 40 for it. So we threw it in the auction, and the bidding started at 20 grand. Richard's told the auctioneer if he gets anything sensible, anything over 20 grand, that we'll put the reserve at 20. We don't want to bring it home. Because his attitude was, I'd rather do 20, 25 grand in cold blood now than wait for 6 to 9 months to get the work done and then try and sell it afterwards. And you're in for a £20,000 loss, you might as well just cut your losses and get out of it. So I'm thinking it's going to sell, hopefully, about what we paid for it. And the bidding started at £20,000. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this. Anyway, what transpired next was something really unusual, because it started at £20,000 and it went to 25, then it went to 20, it went to 30, then it went to 35, then it went to 38, it went to 40. In the end, you can see here at the bottom, it sold for £52,750. Now, the thing is, and I want you to try and understand this house here in Bromley Road, Walthamstow, the one sold for 50,000 at the top, lot number 1, was a better location. It was worth more money when it was done up. It needed far less work doing to it, and it sold for £50,000. Why was that? What had just happened? And what just happened there was it had a cheap asking price and it looked a pile of rubbish. That's the reason why it sold for £52,750. So just so you're aware of what we do, right? We take a house like this. Now, obviously, the rubbish will be cleared when the bin man comes along. And then what we do is we enhance it. And that's our enhancement program. We literally board it up. Because if you see that in an auction catalogue, what are you going to think? You're going to think, that looks interesting, because you don't go into auction thinking you're going to buy a nice house, do you? Because most of the time, the houses in auction need work. So they're expecting something like this, or, in half reason, but it's not going to be tip-top condition. Now, after that enhancement program, we bought that for £165,000. We made a 25 grand gross profit on that. And the thing is, we only owned it for a very short period of time, because we literally sold it straight out. We didn't have to wait months and months and remortgage it and refi it. It was money earned immediately. Now I'm in this game for one reason and one reason only, and that's lifestyle. And that gives me the lifestyle I want. You do enough deals, you work out the sums. So these are some of our enhancement programs that we've done over the last few years. They don't always get this treatment. It depends, one, where they are, what type of property they are, and what the state of the market. At the moment, we're not actually enhancing anything because we don't need to, because the market is very, very strong. That's in 2013. We don't know what it's going to be like next year, but as long as it looks rough, then we'll enter it into an auction. Now, if you'd like to know more about what we're doing, then visit my website, download the manifesto and subscribe, because I can then let you know what's going on. Because we do regular talks around the country at different network meetings. Also, we do hold regular webinars. Now, these webinars are there for teaching you how to purchase a property. And I'm talking about all these houses here were purchased off the open market, because this is what most people miss. They don't realise that you can buy a house off the open market and flip it immediately if you know what to look for. Because you need to know, one, what technical indicators to look for to flag up which ones you could potentially buy. Secondly, you need to know your marketplace. Will it sell in auction? What type of property would sell in auction? Because that's vital, because not every house sells. And we go through this on our masterclass training, our webinars. So visit the website, www.paulribbons.com, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. You take care.